Tell me, Mr. Ethell, during that period of time in Germany, the Cold War was very much on, and the situation involving the Bay of Pigs, the missile crisis in Cuba, all exacerbated the tensions that were there at the time. As a serving member of the Queen's Own Rifles in Germany during those 33 years, were you aware of the potential for an open conflict to erupt?
We were, because we were there at a very dangerous time in history. We really didn't appreciate that concern at the time, because we were in a foreign country, we had things to do. We knew that there was a crisis because we were almost continuously deployed to our alternate defensive positions. Remembering we had soft skin vehicles, as they're called, commercial, or we didn't have any armored with the battalion. So we were deployed that way. We were practicing all the time by going up to a place called Hona in northern Germany, where we fired our 106 caliber recoilless rifles and mortars and so forth. And we spent time away. There's a term called bug out, and that means the units are recalled, and it can be done at a battalion level or a higher level, brigade, division level, or even a NATO call-out. It was not unusual for the trucks to come through the villages, and there was no phone or knocking on the door. The Canadian trucks, either from whatever regiment, in our case the Queen's Own Rifles, or the Royal Canadian Horse Artillery, the artillery regiment next door, would just come into the villages and lean on the horn. And you knew that it was a bug out, and you had better get your butt in gear and get there. Leaving your family not knowing when you were going to be back. Was it going to be 24 hours, 3 days, or was this had the balloon gone up? Because remember at that time, Neil, the Berlin Wall was going up, not down. Secondly, there was the Cuban crisis. You look back at that, and I've done that since since then, a number of times. That was the closest in history that the world came to nuclear war. We didn't realize it, but basically our job was to slow the Russian assault coming through the Soviet assault coming through the Fulda Gap. We were cannon fodder, sacrificial lambs, a delaying action until additional resources could be brought over from the UK and from the United States, and whether the decision would be made to go nuclear or not. We didn't have, the complaint about equipment today, we had not that good equipment. We were in a situation where we just did as we were told. We were quite well trained, but we didn't necessarily have the horses to go with us.